The kitten slowly walked up to the woman's head and sniffed carefully. Then it opened its mouth and breathed out air it had held for 1,000 years. In the next second, the woman's pupils suddenly shrank, and she came back to life like a miracle. The kitten was already gone. The girl looked around in confusion and felt that the whole world had changed. The seagulls sounded super loud like they were diving right at her. She quickly raised her arm, but the birds were actually far away. Then a spider crawled past, and she could hear every tiny sound it made. She even saw the little hairs on its legs. She freaked out. Why were her senses so sharp all of a sudden? She crawled forward a bit like a cat, then slowly stood up. The girl quietly walked back to her place. She looked up at the second-floor window and, without thinking, jumped straight onto the balcony. She saw her muddy face in the glass. It looked familiar, but also strange. Suddenly, she punched the glass and quickly climbed inside. Behind her, the strange cat was watching. The next morning, the girl was woken up by the phone. She got out of bed, still half asleep, but fell straight to the floor. She had been sleeping on top of the bookshelf. She saw broken glass all over the floor, had no idea what happened. While she stood there in shock, the cat showed up again, looking like it wanted to say something. The girl grabbed the kitten and followed the address on its collar to take it home. The owner said she had brought back a rare Egyptian cat with magical powers. But the girl didn't believe her and was about to leave. Suddenly, the owner tossed a catnip ball. She caught it without thinking and started sniffing it like crazy. She only woke up after the owner took the ball away. After she got home, she started acting really weird. She ate several cans of cat food like she was starving. She couldn't sit still during phone calls and kept jumping around like she had endless energy. That night, the loud party noise came from across the street again. She used to stay quiet, but this time she went straight over to confront them. When they ignored her, she lost it. She kicked the door wide open, jumped onto the table, grabbed the beer tap hose and sprayed it all over the speaker until it shut off. Then she jumped right at the guy and shouted,
"You hear that? It's called silence."
After getting a taste of total freedom, the girl couldn't stop herself, grabbed some scissors, and quickly gave herself a sharp bob haircut. Then she put on red lipstick, drew bold, dark eyeliner, and slipped into tight leather clothes. She turned into a sexy little wildcat and strutted out onto the street. She took her neighbor's heavy motorcycle, started the engine, and sped down the road. The ride felt amazing. A necklace in a store window caught her eye. She stopped to take a closer look and happened to see someone stealing inside the store. The girl gave a sly smile. The thieves, not knowing trouble was coming, kept smashing the counter. When they realized someone was watching, they loaded their guns without a word and fired wildly at the girl. But a cat's reflexes were 10 times faster than a human's. She had already moved like a blur. Then she came from the side and kicked both thieves down. When another one showed up, she moved with ease and dodged every obstacle. While the thief was still confused, she jumped and used him like a skateboard. In just a few moves, all the bad guys were taken down. The next day, the girl's bed was full of jewelry worth a fortune.